Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're kind of going to be doing a unboxing of my Herrschners order. So, as all the summer sales are going on, I am in the process of purchasing yarns to make blankets for all of my stepsons, their wives, as well as their children. So that is 2, 4, 6 adults, right? 2, 4, 6 adults, and then 4 grandkids. Yes, 10 blankets. And I have 5 started and 5 to go. So I do have the yarn for the next, taking the thumbnail picture, I just got lipstick all over the ball band on one of these. Okay, well, that happened. Anyway, I have 5 started. I got the yarn for 3 more blankets. So the youngest grandson, I think I'm going to use the yarn left over from his dad's blanket. My oldest stepson, I think I have found the yarn for his blanket, so I'm waiting for that to get here. That will be another nitpicks order. But anywho, let me break this down for you. I've kind of got a little bit of mess here. Seeing through the mess to see what I need to tell you guys. I did apparently forget to buy a white, which is unfortunate. So one, I have as many as 9 of any one of these colors because some of these are mixing and matching. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 colors that I purchased. But I'm going to show you how I'm putting these together, and I'm going to hold them up and tell you what colors I purchased. So first off, we have black and dark gray. This is gunmetal and wine. So this one is going to be a Gamecock themed color palette without just being garnet and black. And I had meant to buy a white to go with this, like a creamy white. I do have an off-white I might be able to pair these with. These are all, by the way, Herrschners worsted 8. I didn't go crazy with it, especially since I was buying for 3 blankets and we were having crossover colors between those blankets. Yeah. So, I think what I had meant to do is I had meant medium gray and gunmetal. Well, I guess they're reading a little bit differently, especially on camera. In my room right now, they're not reading quite differently enough. Yeah, maybe they read just a little bit differently. I think I really need like a lighter gray, which I really hate to order more yarn, but at the same time, I might need it to balance these just a little bit more. But that's the first one. That's the first combination. The second combination is very, very similar, except I think I got gunmetal specifically for this one. So, I'm just making a mess out of myself all over here. So we're starting out, we have dark gray, gunmetal, and black. And then this one goes with dark moss and lime. So this is the stepson we kind of had a little bit of an issue trying to figure out a color palette for, because he's not really a mature, sophisticated color palette person or a neutral color palette person. So we're trying to come somewhere in the middle for his. And this is actually kind of perfect, especially if I end up, alternating grays, because I think for this blanket, I'm going to keep it simple and do a corner to corner, doing the dice roll, setting it, anywhere from 3 rows to 10 rows, and just rolling a dice or random number picker to choose how many rows of each color I go. And I'll number the yarns, 1 through 5, 1 through 6. And so it can kind of be a little bit more hodgepodgey with this, especially if I want to add in, do all three grays with the black. So I think we'll have a little bit more grace and leeway on that one. That may actually be the last one I do coming into the home stretch. I could do this also as like a corner to corner square, more like what I did with my bedspread, where we created like the diamond pattern by putting them together in the right order, or in an order to create those peaks. So the last one I purchased for this one, I am the most excited about, to be honest. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking larger hexagons and putting them together with one of the light grays or the black. I'm not sure yet. Black I have purchased a ton of for putting blankets together. So if I end up using more of the black in the other two blankets, that's fine. I can join this with a different black yarn. It doesn't have to be this one, although I did try to, I think I ordered 9 balls of this. So I did try to order enough to where it would go across these 3 blankets. But for this one, we have the gunmetal, the dark gray, and the black. And we're pairing that with Blaze. This is Sea Mist, I think. Sea Spray. And Lime. So this one has the most colors. So we put them all together. But then again, this one could easily use all 3 grays and the black. It doesn't have to be, specifically just these. But I was thinking, especially if I end up having to order more, since this one is so blue, like these together as hexagons, and then joining them either with the dark gray or the black would also work really well. There are so many ways I could do this. I want to keep some of these modular, as well as working on some of these as just kind of one big blanket, because with the modular blankets, I can take those on my walks. Those are much more portable. I can work on those more often and get quicker work done on them. The ones that are being done as one single blanket, it's like once I'm past like scarf width, it's almost impossible for me to travel with those as projects. So I'm going to have a couple of different doctor's appointments coming up, a couple of which I'm going to have to drive to, and we're going to have wait time for. So I would like to make sure I have blankets that I can take on the go for something like that. If I'm going to be, on a car ride for 3 hours, I may as well be able to knit and crochet in that time. And I also will hopefully be traveling out of state by plane. So, once I'm at the airport and on the plane and stuff, I would like to have things modular once again that I can work on while I'm traveling. So definitely want to keep some of these modular, which is why I was thinking hexagons for this one. I really, really, really am very excited about this. I could also just keep it to the grays, no black, which could also be a little bit of fun. But I definitely think he's going to like those colors together. It just screams tween boy for some reason. And once again, that's probably partially like the kid of the 90s brain. Like, to me, that's like the Nickelodeon boy colors for some reason. I'm very excited about it. So I just kind of jumped in with all that and didn't really tell you about the yarn. So this is 100% acrylic. These worsted 8 balls. These are 8 ounces, 226 grams, 489 yards, 448 meters. This is a size 4 yarn. Recommended knitting needle is a US size 7. Recommended crochet hook is a size I. So this is the worsted 8. I've used this a couple of times. Actually, this is one of the yarns that my Addy machines have all really loved. So a great yarn to just like when it's on sale, stock up on. We had some shipping issues, and it wasn't Herrschner's fault. it was the fault of FedEx. For some reason, they sent my package. Chicago was normal, but normally it goes Chicago to Charlotte or Chicago to Atlanta, then Columbia. For some reason, this time we went to Grove City, Ohio. Then we went to Virginia. Then we went to Anderson, South Carolina. And it stayed there for like 2 whole days for no reason whatsoever. And then finally came to Columbia. And it's like, I mean, the big hub is in Greenville, isn't it? It's not even like the upstate hub isn't even Anderson. Why did it go to Anderson? A lot of things go through Grove City, Ohio. So that one like made sense-ish. But going to Virginia to a different part in the state, and then it stayed way longer at a lot of these places than it should have. I don't know what FedEx's deal was. My box did get split at least twice. There's 2 different tapings on it. All of my product is in here though, thankfully, and nothing is damaged. So I don't know if it's just like things kept getting damaged. The box kept getting damaged and they were repairing it and sending, like, it was a mess though. It took way longer to get here than it should have, but I'm very glad everything is here. So we have 1 more blanket left to purchase for sure. My youngest grandson's blanket may or may not. We'll have to wait and see how his dad's blanket goes. And I'll use the leftovers from that to make a blanket for him. So once again, say a prayer for me, because it's a lot of blankets to finish between now and the end of the year. And right now I'm on a project starting hold until I finish 3 more projects. I've got 1 out of 4 done. I told myself I couldn't start anything new until I got 4 projects done that were already started. So I am making headway on 2 of the blankets, and I would really need to sit down. I've got 2 pairs of socks that I could just like knock out real quick. So anyway, that is where I am. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastic day. If you have a good pattern for any of these blankets, like based on these color palettes, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.